off with a quick video. Okay, the activity of the morning is suicide by profession. What is it? Suicide by profession. Okay, that's okay. Suicide by profession. What is it? Suicide by profession. All right, so we're going to watch a quick video, and I want you to think about three things. I want you to think about what killed the teacher, why did he leave the classroom, and how could he have de-escalated the situation? So what killed the teacher? Why did he leave the classroom? And how could he have de-escalated the situation?
First day?
Yes.
I'll take care of her.
Thank you.
You know, kindergarten is like the ocean. You don't want to turn your back on it.
Oh, they're okay. Don't worry. Everything is under control.
Aren't you going to put me out? No, 2 more days of this, and you'll quit.
No, don't start this.
What killed the teacher? All right, so here's what we want you to do. On your, we're going to put you into groups, and each group will have the opportunity to write something on the outline body that said what killed the teacher. All right? You want to also keep in mind, why did he leave the classroom and how could he have de-escalated the situation? So you want to just do this group. Right? If I can have 10 in the first group and 10 in the second. Or if you all do that, can you come in first? Yeah, I hope y'all have your pen. In the second group, you guys will use your sliding outline. And you'll use your stick. Alright, so the truth is, he killed himself, didn't he? Back to classroom management plan. You hit the nail on the head, girl. You should have did this presentation. I can go and sit down and listen to you. You did outstanding. Thank you for your words in your group. That was good. Everybody did an outstanding job. But if you fail to implement an effective classroom management plan, you will be considered death by suicide of profession. So we want to watch out for that. So today we want to give you some quick tips. We want to use the COP strategy: consistency, organization, and preparation. All right. So I'm Cathy Anderson, and I'm going to talk to you about consistency. All right. So classroom management is the key. As you can see on the video, that was the missing factor from his classroom, was the classroom management plan. Because those children were out, they were doing what they were going to do as children. Okay, so what is classroom management? Classroom management refers to the wide variety of routines and procedures that teachers use to ensure that their classroom runs smoothly without disruptive behavior from students. If you do not have something in place, those children will eat you alive. And I have seen it several times. You've got to have a plan in place. So what is it that an administrator looks for when they come into your classroom to see if you have a well-managed classroom? They want to see children deeply involved. When the children, my students, first enter my classroom, they know there's a bell ringer. They know the procedures and routine for unpacking, sharpening their pencils, getting all the utensils that they need for that day. I have a basket on each group's table with everything in it that they're going to need. But procedures and routines is very, very important. Students know what is expected of them and are generally successful. Harry Wong says, the first school days, a teacher should develop classrooms and procedures and routines. And the reason being, if that teacher is out of the classroom should be able to run well by itself. If I stuck my head into a classroom and I just looked and saw an adult standing there, I should know that that is a substitute. I should think that that is a teacher because of the fact that the class is running so smoothly. Okay? There is relatively little waste time, confusion, or disruption. I want you to notice what happens during transition. If you allow transition time to run over its time span, what's going to happen? Someone tell me. Behavior issues. They begin to start talking to their neighbors, right? And then things get out of hand. And when you know anything, someone is going to have a fight or someone is going to say something to someone across the room. So, very little waste time. In fact, none at all. If you put those procedures into place, you shouldn't have any waste time. The climate of the classroom is well-oriented, but relaxed and pleasant. How did you feel when you first came into this conference as an adult? A little nervous? Not knowing what to expect? How do you feel then? A little more relaxed? A little more comfortable? The climate. You are the teacher in that room. You set your climate. You don't want a climate where boys and girls are afraid to talk or afraid to react or interact with each other. You want a climate where everyone is working well together. No one is afraid of asking questions. My children can tell you that's a pet peeve of mine when someone laughs at someone else. I want to set a climate whereas if you do not know, you don't feel, it's not like a lot of pressure is on you because you think someone is going to laugh at you. Okay? Now, procedures and routines. What are they? Procedures is how we do those routines. Routines are things that constantly occur or something that we do on a daily basis. So, I heard some of you guys say about the routines that were not in place or procedures. Do you have routines in your room? Do you have procedures? How many have nonverbal cues that they use? Not all the time do we have to talk. My children know if they do this, I need to sharpen my pencil. This, I need tissue. This, I need to go to the bathroom. And then just a little pat to say, okay, I saw you, go. And then you can keep right on into your lesson. So having those procedures and routines will save you a lot of time and energy. Now in the beginning, sometimes it's a battle to get those children on board. You know why? Because some of them come from homes that don't have procedures or routines. And guess when they understand what a procedure and a routine is? When they come into your classroom for the very first time. It also gives them a sense of belonging. Just think back when you were a child and the teacher always called on one individual to do everything. How did that make you feel? Did that make you feel like you belonged in that class? No. So giving everyone a responsibility, it makes them feel like they belong. Hey, I'm a part of this classroom. This is my classroom. Being a consistent teacher on a daily basis means everything that you do in your classroom, such as how you organize your space, your time, your students' learning material, and everything else that surrounds learning has to be in a consistent learning environment. Research shows that a large number of children experience instability in their home life. Change in the family circumstance, such as family income, family structure, and family employment has a lot to do with it. In classrooms where consistency is executed daily, students feel relaxed and comfortable, and and more eager to learn because they always know what is always coming next. So, why should you as a teacher be consistent? Well, student behavior will occur. If you are inconsistent in your classroom management skills, the unwanted behavior will reoccur. Students will lose respect for you. It is a fact that your students will lose respect for you if you say you are going to do something and then you don't do it. As an adult, how do we feel when someone says, "Oh, I'm going to do this for you. I promise you that." And then when that day comes, they don't do it. You feel disappointed, right? So why would you not think that your students wouldn't feel disappointed? Students will test you every chance they get. You can put the best plan into action. And I promise you, somebody's gonna come through that door. Blowjob. You get up there. Just watch me. They'll come through that door and try to test you. But you have to be the bigger person, the adult. And you have to be the consistent person. And that'll shut it down at the door.
So organization is the second part of our classroom management plan. So what does it have to do with classroom management? My name is Myra Simmons. I'm a first grade teacher at Hawkins Elementary for the Hattiesburg Public School District. I'm going to help you today with some organization skills. The first thing I want to talk about is classroom clutter. We are teachers. We keep everything. And little Johnny's going to bring you a picture every single day to let you know how much he loves you. And your walls are going to be plastered. But clutter causes the following. First, it causes visual distraction. And we all know children learn different ways. Your visual learners are going to be too distracted to focus on the task at hand if you have clutter. It is a waste of time. I promise the principal's going to come in, give you some paperwork that is due next week. It's going to go on that mountain on your desk. She's going to come back a week later, or he's going to come back a week later, and that mountain is going to go sliding everywhere while you try to find that piece of paper that you forgot about. And it is also an unprofessional appearance. If you have someone, a parent, administration, central office, a stakeholder in the community comes through your door and they look in your classroom that is full of clutter, that gives them the perceived observation that you are not a professional. Things to consider when you're setting up your classroom. We're all excited at the beginning of school. We want all the cutesy stuff, but we have to look at how our classroom is set up. First of all, does the flow make sense and does it maximize time and space? Because time is crucial in a classroom. We can't have time for this group to be trying to get past this group in order to get to that learning center. So when you're setting up your classroom, make sure the flow makes sense and make sure you're maximizing your space. Can you get to the things that you need quickly and easily? If what you're needing is in the back of the classroom and you're having to walk through a maze of desks, you're wasting time again. Will it put you in close proximity to your students? If your desk or your learning areas are not set up, I promise, little Johnny is going to get to little Susie before you can if you can't get through that classroom quickly. And is it streamlined or is it a maze? And that is extremely important. That's one of the things I look at when I'm sitting up for transitions. We can minimize transitional time if there is a streamlined flow for them to get from one learning center to another. The next thing we need to look at is organizing our materials. We use a mountain of things throughout the year. Some things we use on a daily basis. That's what you need to look for. Also, some materials are just for us. If they're not for the students, then they don't need to be out for the students to get to easily. One thing I learned at when I began teaching 14 years ago was don't put your desk close to the door because it will disappear, I promise. What materials are for general classroom use? These things should be organized and easily accessible. They need to be where the students can get to them so that you don't have to put everything back. They know where it goes, and it is a lot less for you to have to do. They can learn where to put it, and it's easily accessible for them. And also consider how often are you going to use this. Daily things need to be put where they can be gotten to quickly and also put away quickly. But if it's something that you're not going to use every single day, for instance, bulletin boards, those things don't have to be out in the open. You can put those in closed bins. If you're lucky enough to have a closet, Miss Morgan, then put it in the closet. If not, stack it somewhere out of the way in the classroom. And finally, organize yourself. In the teaching profession, there are things that we have to do every day or every week. One thing that I do is I schedule a certain task to be done on a certain day of the week. On Monday, I know that I have to make sure that homework is prepared for the week. On Tuesday, I write my lesson plans. On Wednesday, I make sure my learning center materials are ready for the next week. On Thursday, I make sure all my tests are ready, whatever it is I'm giving a test on Friday, and then on Friday, I do all my grading. So in my mind, I know that task is coming up for that day, and I don't have to sit here and scramble when lesson plans are due at 8 o'clock on Friday morning and I haven't even started. Have your materials prepared and organized before you leave for the day. If there's an emergency the next morning, like the copier decides it doesn't want to work, you're ready and you're not having to scramble trying to find something to do because you don't have the copies for the lesson that you need. And check your calendar and make sure you have everything you need before class the next day, and also to make sure there's no upcoming events that you need to know about, like that fall festival that you're supposed to be at 6 o'clock and you plan dinner with your significant other. So these are just some tips to help you get organized and keep your classroom flowing smoothly.
All right, so to recap, what's the C?
Consistency.
What? Consistency. What's the O?
Organization.
All right, so what's the P?
Preparation.
All right, so according to Harry Wong, the first days of school will either make or break you as a teacher. You'll either win or lose as a teacher. You'll either succeed or fail. Either you will or will not have an effective classroom. He goes on to say that what you do in the first days of school is a strong indicator of how successful the rest of your school year will be. And so this morning I stopped by to give you a little sweet, simple, short, yet effective recipe for preparing for a successful school year. So let's look at the 3 S's. My first S, what does it say? Let's see. What is it? Say it one more time.
Save your sanity.
I want to tell you, teacher burnout is real. Look at the teacher at the beginning. Oh, she's so excited to finish college. She's ready to capture it all and to do her best in the classroom. But then at the end of the school year, what's she looking? So before you even step into your classroom and get your classroom management plan together, you need to prepare your mind. What do you prepare? By saving your sanity. So we're going to look at 5 topics. How many are we going to look at? 5 topics. I just want to help you save your sanity for this school year. Is that all right? We're going to look at a couple of things. We have a couple of anchor charts up with different categories on it. And what we're going to do, you all, everybody have a partner? Everybody turn to the person next to you and say, how are you doing? Everybody. So join somebody and they say, how are you doing? I think she has anybody. Oh, they have somebody. Okay, come right here. Is that okay? I don't know. Okay. All right, so we'll just work by the rows. Is that okay? Everybody has somebody on the rows? Everybody has somebody on the rows? Okay, I think we're going to give, what are we giving? We're going to give the sticky 1 per row. That we're doing. Okay, so we're going to give a sticky note per row, and we're going to look at each topic, okay? So this is what we're going to do. First things first, you and the people on your row, you're going to come up with some ways to relax. What are some activities that you can do during your downtime? Remember, we're trying to save our sanity. You want to keep it together. You better have some things outside of the classroom that you can be sure. So go ahead and discuss with the people next to you. You're going to write it on the sticky note. Once you have it written down, put it right there. We're setting a timer, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Way to relax. Outside
everybody focus. You ready? Hocus pocus.
Everybody focus.
All right, that brings us back. We're ready to discuss. So ways to relax outside of the classroom. Because remember, we want to save our sanity, right? So we have sleep, eat, family time. Very good. Going to sleep early, read a book, sit in silence. That's a good one right there. How many of you all drive home and just sit in your car? Yes, sit in silence. That really does help. Spa day, eat your favorite snack. We all have that. Hang out with friends, get your hair done. That's good. Get the hair done, those nails done, get your toes done. Volunteer. Okay, yeah, that's what you want to do. Watch a movie. That's a good one. Quiet time shop. That always makes me feel better. I never have enough money to do it, but I like the window shop. Travel. That's a good one. Binge watch TV. We might not want to do this one, but you guys are just playing. Binge watch on some TV shows. Bubble bath. What does it say? Talk to adults. Yes, talk to them. Yeah. With kids all day. Yeah. Have a glass of wine. Event buddy. Music. Music's good. Work out. Yes. Cook. Oh, I love to cook. Take trips. Eat. Walk. Hobbies. Arts, crafts, video games. All right. Netflix. Do Wabi, did I read that right?
Hobby.
Oh, that's an H. Okay. Talk to friends. Okay, very good. These are great things. You want to keep in mind some activities to do outside of the classroom to save your sanity. Next topic, really quickly. Talk to your partner about some things that you need to complete at the beginning of the school year to save your sanity. What are you going to do at the beginning of the school year to save your sanity? Some tasks to be completed. So what are some things that we need to complete at the beginning of the school year to save our sanity? Clean your room, set it up, decorate, organize materials, plan, put your rules and procedures in place. First day activities, meet the teachers, yes. Short, sweet rules, be organized, call to attention, lesson plans, scope and sequence of the outlook before the first day, your master binder for all students' information. Okay, print out materials. Let's see what else. Talk to veteran teachers. It's always good to do that. Get to know activities. Gather needed materials. Change procedures. Okay, look at the syllabus. Okay, sub binder. Well, we're not gonna use them, right? Because we're gonna be at school every day. But have those in place just in case something happens. Plan out your lesson plans and make those positive parent contact. That's a good one. Contact those parents. I remember my daughter was in kindergarten. I would get a letter like in the summertime of who her teacher was gonna be and introducing who she was. So that's very good. That's a good one. Classroom setup. Very good. All right. So the next one is now we're talking about what strategies are we gonna use when we become overstressed or overwhelmed while at work. Just like when he was in the video, he was right in the middle of it. You think that you're getting ready to lose your cool. What are you going to do? How are you going to handle that situation? Really quickly talk to your partner about how you can save your sanity in the middle of being in the classroom. Remember, we want to save our sanity. What are we going to do when we're in the midst of the situation? Talk to someone, yes. Play music, take a breath and do meditation. Isolate, take some alone time. Vent to other teachers, take a minute. Let the students talk for a few minutes intentionally, positively redirect students. Good. You want to stop, breathe, think. Ooh, yes, don't just react. Maybe want to stop and think first. Lean on your fellow teachers. Positive self-talk. Yes, you might want to sit there and say, yes, I can do it. I can do it. I'm not going to go off. I'm going to hold myself together. So that's good, have a self-positive talk. Guided meditation, okay? That's a good one. Always have a backup plan. A stress ball, okay? That's good. A brain break. Remove yourself or the student from the situation. That's good. Walk away. Advice from another teacher. Time out, take a walk. So we're all saying to take a break. Get more caffeine. If you don't have a chocolate stash, there is a teacher somewhere on your campus with a chocolate stash. Find that teacher and be good friends with them. Leave for lunch. Right now, we're going to leave that one alone. Next one, what are some non-negotiables? What are some things that you're just not willing to deal with in your class? Those are non-negotiables. This will help you save your sanity. If you can think about about the things that you know what, this is not going to do this. Think about it with your partner, talk it over. Last minute, last minute.
Thank you.
Alright, so some non-negotiables to save your sanity. You have talking, playing, combing their hair, getting up without permission, sitting on my desk. Up without permission, whining, putting students down, disrespect, disrespect, disrespect. I see that everywhere, very good. Insulting other students, that goes with creating that climate, that positive collaborative culture, and you want to make sure we're not allowing children to bully or attack other kids, so that's a good one. Negative talk, aggression, language, hitting, talking back, cursing. Okay, somebody said the R word. Oh, okay, all right. Breaking stuff. Racist comments, that kind of goes with this one, that kind of the N-word. Calling yourself dumb. Yeah. Profanity, owning your actions. Okay, very good. Using cell phone without permission, cheating. Very good. These are some non-negotiables that we want to make sure not taking place in our classroom. Very good. All right, last one, really quickly. I heard a lot of classroom procedures that need to be in place at the beginning of the school year, but what are you going to create classroom procedures for? So discuss with the person next to you, what do you need a classroom procedure for to keep your sanity?
Yeah, we just have bad transitions. When they feel like, oh, this is like, we can relax.
Like they're on vacation.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They will run it in there, they're like, where's the candy box? I'm like, you know what I'm talking about.
Right, okay, so hall passes, cell phones, and turning in assignments and late work. Very good. So in order to save your sanity, think about all these things that you want to have in place that's going to help you get through the school year, because teacher burnout is real. We're going to avoid that. That was our first S. Our second S, moving on, and it's quite simple. Show up. Go to work, people. Prepare your mind to show up. You're going to prepare your mind, and then you're going to prepare yourself to show up. Did you know that 80% of success is simply just showing up? Go to work. Can we get that one? So we want to save our sanity. We want to show up. Then we want to show out. Once you get there, you better show out. You're going to organize and prioritize. You're going to understand your students, and you're going to be a team player. Let's look at each. First one with organizing and prioritizing. Prepare the floor space. Make sure that the seats are organized in a manner where you can walk around and the students can see you and you can see the students. Same thing for the work area. There's area enough for the kids. They have enough space. They're not all touching each other. That's the worst thing. When kids are close, they're kicking each other. They don't touch me, move over. We want to avoid all of that. So create enough space for the students to have their own area. Prepare the student area, the students' supplies. Make sure you know where they're going to go. Like Ms. Simmons was saying earlier, have that all organized. Make sure they know where they are. They're readily available. Prepare the wall space. Make sure your walls are nice and clean. You better put up that word, all that vocabulary, make it interactive. I can statements, standards, right? Student work. Make it in writing. Make the room look nice. And have those things posted on your walls, your daily routines, and those safety paperwork as well. All right, so prepare the teacher area and teacher materials. The teacher area should maximize your proximity to the students. Frequently used materials and equipment should be close, readily available. And always, always, always check your technology beforehand. Have a backup plan. Also, your classroom should be prepared for instruction. Know what you're going to do before you get there. Know how you're going to do it. Know your classroom procedures, and most importantly, know your professional responsibilities. You're going to finally prepare yourself. Keep a calendar of important dates, meet those deadlines. Use your planning periods wisely. You don't want to use those in the lunchroom playing around, but you want to use your planning periods doing your work. Remember, to organize and prioritize means to be prepared. To be an effective teacher, teachers must be prepared. And teachers who are ready and prepared, they maximize student learning and they minimize misbehaviors. That's the O. The U. Understand your students. If you're going to have an effective classroom management piece, you need to build relationships with your students. Understand who they are. Prepare yourself to have a relationship with them. Get to know them as learners, as people, and as individuals. Know their strengths. Know their weaknesses, their interests, their hobbies. Know all of that. And if you build a relationship with them, then you'll better be able to engage them, reach them, and teach them. And the last is to be a team player. This is what Harry Wong says. Many teachers become comfortable in their what?
Isolation.
Teachers who work in
Isolation.
cut themselves off from what?
Sources of
Useful information. Both colleagues and professional resources. Be prepared to work with your team. Don't cut yourself off from those resources. Don't isolate yourself. Find somebody that you can depend on and that you know is effective. Work cooperatively and learn from your colleagues. Seek out a mentor. I know sometimes they assign you all a mentor, but sometimes you might get some good stuff going on down the other end. You want to know what's going on in there. So go down there and check it out. And talk to the teacher and allow that person to mentor you as well. Go to professional meetings. You guys are here now, and I appreciate you all coming. Have a goal for excellence and do your part. So the 3 S's of preparing for a successful school year. Save your sanity. What else? After you show up, you better do what?
Show out.
Organize and prioritize. Understand your students and be a team player. If you do all of these things, what will happen? Fewer problems. Less stress.
Better capabilities.
You'll be admired, respected,
Students.
and most importantly, you'll be a what? Super successful teacher. the table is we're going to give everybody an index card really quickly. And on your index card, you're going to write, how are you going to avoid suicide by profession? We gave you a lot of quick tips. We gave you a lot of interesting feedback today. Take one of it, write it down, put your name on that card. You're going to write it down. We're going to give you a minute to 30 seconds to write something down. After the 30 seconds is over, we're going to say switch. You're going to pass that card to the person next to you, and they're going to write something on your card. We want at least 4 or 5 people to write on your card, so you'll have a card going home with you. Does everybody understand? So you'll have your card first, you'll write something down, you'll pass it to the next person, and they'll write something down. We're writing down, how are we going to avoid suicide by profession? All right, get started. All right, switch. Pass it to someone else. Let them write on your card. How can they avoid suicide by Sure can. Great question. You can write the same thing and make it easy for one to someone else. All right, so just a reminder, repeat after me. I will not yell in class. I will not throw things in class. I will not have a temper tantrum. I will always be good. Because I am the teacher. I am the teacher. Thank you so much.
We hope you enjoy.
You got to think lunch is going to start upstairs.